Wonderful bunch, these upstarts with the advantage in the jungle because of this supreme strike from Javon Basco.
One team is here to prove they are no one-hit wonder, while the other will be hoping they have better luck with injuries. We are looking at Firehouse and the Stallions on this Waterhouse and Racing United preview show. While there is still time as it stands, I have them finishing 14th next season.
Finishing 14th.
Yeah, that idiot was me, as Racing completely ripped apart my predictions from a year ago. And while I may have been one of the few who thought that they would finish last, there were many others that never saw them having such an incredible season. Racing were indeed a breath of fresh air. They played their football fearlessly regardless of their opponent, doing it all despite being a newly promoted team. Sure, this approach caused 1 and 2 hiccups like a 2-1 loss to Malines or that 4-0 beatdown from Mount Pleasant, but they were absolutely competitive for the large part of last season, especially after the January transfer window when the team got younger with new young exciting talent and went on a powerful 12-game undefeated run. A run that almost got them to the promised land of the playoffs, but sadly they tired and only just missed out. But strangely enough, this second year in the league will even be tougher for the Stallions as they are no longer an unknown quality. But take my foolish advice, don't underestimate this Racing team. Key arrivals and departures. Okay, as stated before, Racing bought some good young pieces in the January transfer window when majority of the schoolboy football season was done and dusted. And I can see them opting for that same route again. But they did make some shrewd moves so far this window, like adding veteran right back Sean McFarlane from Mount Pleasant to bolster their defense. I was also surprised they signed Trinidad and Tobago international goalkeeper Aaron Inel, not because of his qualities, but because they already had 2 very good goalkeepers in their stables. But for the second season in a row, they lost a major player to Mount Pleasant with the sale of Ronaldo Biggs. As for what's missing in the squad to make it complete, maybe another clinical number 9 to take the goal scoring load off Nikhil Ellis. Key player to watch. Biggs is gone, and most of you will be quick to point out that this team's fortune is now in the hands of Nikhil Ellis. I am actually going to go a different route and list their captain, Marcus Brown, as their key player. Don't get me wrong, Ellis is a very important player, but Racing was a team transformed once their captain was in the center defense. They will be hoping and praying he's not too troubled by injuries this time around. Their main aim this season. They came so close to it last year, so no doubt management will be expecting a playoff spot. Hell, they may be bullish and be open for a top 4. My predictions. And honestly, they may pull it off. Okay, maybe a lot would need to fall in their place for them to achieve top 4, but I can see them finishing 5th very easily. Their young squad now has 1 year of JPL experience under their belt, and under the continuous stewardship of Anthony Patrick, Racing should be a top team this season. And who knows, maybe if they found themselves an elite number 9, they may even prove to be a title contender. So that's Racing, but what about the team they constantly battle for that last playoff spot? This time last year, I was very bullish on the squad Waterhouse was building down there in Jerusalem, and at the start of the season, they looked the part. They only lost 1 game out of the first 10 and won 5 of their own over that stretch. They weren't particularly flashy, but they were getting the job done, but then the dreaded injury bug came along and hit them hard. The various absentees were especially felt in defense, with numerous players having a hard time staying on the field. Their biggest loss, however, was their influential captain and number 1 goalkeeper, Kimar Foster, who got hurt and ended up missing the rest of the season. Things weren't so smooth in the attack either. New striker Atafari Bargrave was the most dangerous man in the league in the early goings, but he too saw his form cool by the time January rolled around. Their home form was also another problem. It wasn't the worst in the league by any stretch of the imagination, but for a venue as intimidating as Jerusalem, losing 7 games at home, including 2 to arch rivals Arnett Gardens, is too much if they have any desire to be top of the league. But Firehouse and the coaching staff also deserve some credit. they retooled the squad in January transfer window with some exciting young players before being led by talisman Andre Fletcher into a dazzling run of form that almost got them 6th place in the standings. It was so cruel to miss out on the playoffs on simple goal difference, but how they ended the season should give everyone confidence for this upcoming one. Key arrivals and departures. Confidence can only get you so far, however, as what you do in the transfer market will also be vital. So far, some interesting pieces both left and arrived at the club, especially in defense, as fullback Nevada Blair and centre-back Christopher Matthews are off to Cavalier and Dumbo Olin respectively. Defensive midfielder Shamara Booth has also joined Dumbo Olin, and it's not currently clear if influential playmaker Denera Thomas is coming back after seeing his contract expiring. But the biggest shock was the departure of Captain Kemar Foster, who moved to the North Coast and joined Mount Pleasant. As for incomings, talented winger Rivaldo Mitchell is back after exploring Europe for a year. Talented young midfielder Alexander Bicknell has practically returned home, and Coach Gale got further defensive reinforcement with the returning Kenley Deacon. But the purchase of Ajuma Johnson has been the most interested, as I still believe there exists a very talented player in him somewhere. I still would want to see 1 or 2 experienced defenders joining, but not a bad window so far for Firehouse. Key player to watch. You can mention either of the league's former Golden Boot winners in Brian or Bygrave as key figures, or even the Bajan midfielder Omane Leacock, but the player that would be in the spotlight for this upcoming season has to be young goalkeeper Akeem Bernard. He got a taste of what life is like as a starting goalkeeper in the JPL after the injury of Foster, and will now be the main man between the sticks after Foster's departure. Can he command and lead this young defense? Will he live up to his youth potential? The answers to these questions will be vital to Waterhouse fortune this season. Their main aim this season. A return to the playoff is a must. Anything short of that will be grossly unacceptable. My predictions. Will they get there? Tough to say. I will never rule out Waterhouse, and some of those young players that came in January should have their feet wet in the league by now. But I am still a little concerned about the defense, and they can't rely on only one source for goal at a time. They need Bygrave, Fletcher, Bryan all firing for majority of the season, as well as meaningful contributions from the likes of Mitchell, Johnson and Dylan John. If it all comes together, they will be a force to be reckoned with, but as of right now, I have them once again finishing 7th. But alright guys, that's it for another season preview show. Thank you all for watching, and let me know in the comment section below what you think of my predictions for both Racing United and Waterhouse FC. Also, please remember to like, subscribe and share as we look to keep you all up to date on all 14 teams leading to the start of the league on August 24th. Otherwise, for great JPL content, you're already at the right place. JPL Fan. YouTube, pick up yourself.